I'm Elaine from C&J's Animal Park, and we have been going here this 14 years. We have a lot of different volunteers from all different groups, from Clanrye, some of the SRCs, Belfast Met, all over. And we started off with just a rooster, and then we got our first snake, and that was the start of it all. Started to build and get different animals, and went and done the business course, and just kept growing and growing. Now we have 14 or 15 volunteers maybe, and a couple more this year. And we have a lot of different animals. We have emus, a lot of different lizards, snakes, lemurs, crocodile, all different things from all different parts of the world.
Hello, I'm Cassie. I'm one of our lead volunteers here at the farm. We actually have a lot of volunteers here. I'm one of the main ones, but I oversee all the people that come in, and there's actually a lot of people that come in and they have disabilities or social anxieties, stuff like that, and what we do here is try and build their confidence, try and make it a bit easier for them, especially to make friends and stuff. We have volunteers that have came and gone and they're still friends. And before they were isolated and they had no way to communicate. So it's absolutely fantastic that we can provide that for them. And they get to interact with small children too. And some of them have that kind of mindset, so it's actually quite fun for them too. And parents and all love coming in, and they learn stuff as well as the kids. So they'll learn things about conservation and animal care, because a lot of our animals are actually rescues. Teaching people about those kind of animals decreases the chances of mortality, because at the moment 90% of exotics that are bred or brought into the country actually die from neglect, and that's really important to teach people so that they don't get out and do this willy-nilly. It's a lot of training involved. I myself have 3 years teaching education in this sector, 2 diplomas in it, which makes me very experienced. Elaine has, 15 years of experience with all these things. So, experience in teaching goes a long way, especially with our younger generation, teaching them about conservation. Like the lemurs that we have here, they love them. They're behind me somewhere, but we have wee ones that were actually neglected as well, and showing them, how hard it is to look after these animals, and how hard they get it in the wild is very important, especially for their survival. Out of all the lemurs, I think it's 90% or more are critically endangered or critically endangered. So it's very, very important that we share that, so that we can help our animals in the wild as well as in captivity. Everybody's well loved here. At the farm, we offer an array of opportunities for people to come in groups, birthday parties. We actually can go out to schools and to birthday parties and teach them there as well. And again, they get to hold and be up close with everything. And I think is that lady wondering what I'm doing. This is Lady and Gizmo and Grant here behind me. They're very, very, very sweet, so they are absolute imps sometimes. But yeah, we get to go out and teach people at their birthday parties and all, and then obviously we get places like play groups and nurseries and stuff like that coming in their in their classes and stuff, and we'll bring them on wee tours and all around the place, so they get a bit of special attention just because there's so many of them, but they absolutely enjoy it as well, and it's something for them to do. We'll go into care homes and stuff as well, and it's great enrichment for people in care homes, especially those with disabilities and stuff like that. Like even the textures of the animals, like you'll see like people who be like non-verbal and stuff just light up. So it's really, really nice for them too. This is our little friend Pepe here. He is a striped skunk. They usually come from Canada and the top part of America. They have really long claws, and that's for actually digging and pulling apart logs and stuff for bugs. They really like bugs. They have a wee super sniffer, really poor eyesight, but really good nose. And he is actually decented, which is why I can hold him really easily. These guys, it's actually illegal in the UK to descent them, but it's completely legal down south. The problem was people were getting so many of them, and then they weren't taming them down. You really, really, really need to keep a skunk nice and happy and feel like they're safe, so that they don't try to use that scent gland, because it can actually stress them out. And a lot of them were dying from stress. Though now it's actually illegal to own a skunk unless you have a specific license. They're now in the invasive species list because they're actually related to our badger. They're actually part of the weasel family, kind of. They're kind of special now, but they are related to weasels and stuff like that. So they actually do very well in colder climates, and it's not usually the warmest over here. But they make absolutely great wee pets if you know what you're doing with them. The kids absolutely love him. As you can see, he's just so good. He's very cute. Speaking of conservation, we're part of local wildlife conservation efforts, especially things like with bird populations, and our pond dips and stuff and all that we do for the kids lets them see all the stuff like our pond wildlife, and then we'll have our loads of birds around, and that's why it's actually a woodland around us at the moment. It's for conservation. The birds thrive in it. We get things like, we've had foxes about, and squirrels. There's been squirrels floating in and out, and it's really, really nice. It's nice to see wildlife and our own animals kind of live in kumbaya. You know, it's really, really nice to see everything in sync. But the problem is, because our animals are rescues, it's very, very hard to fund it, especially over the winter. Especially at the moment with the cost of living, it's really bad. So we've been a wee bit struggling at the moment, especially with them lockdowns and stuff. And I think it's across the board. I think a lot of places are starting to get it tight. But for us, if we don't have enough funding, it suffers for the animals. You know, the animals suffer. It's not me, I don't get paid. It's the animals that suffer. So if anybody has the heart, you can donate through our website, through PayPal, but only if you can. It does make a great difference. Even even fiver, that's a bag of meal for the whole week. Stuff like that, like tenner, that's our electricity for half the week. You know, for certain the reptile house and stuff and all. It all adds up real quick, and I think for everybody in your local area, anybody who has any animal parks or anything in your local area, please think about them. You know, even if you just nip by and give a bit of a donation or something, it's vital. It's vital, because I think some of the animals are going to be suffering if something isn't done soon, unfortunately.